Well, Graeme, you spoke in the week about the reasons for making James Collins captain in Sonny's absence, and it's having nerves like that at the death that are one of the reasons, I'm sure.
Yeah, especially after missing his last penalty here against Sheffield Wednesday, 90th minute. I think it was 89 plus on the clock. You've got to be experienced. You've got to have experienced big moments in order to keep you cool in them minutes in them situations. Sorry, you know, the courage of the lad is I don't think anybody at this football club doubts it, and he was ice cool.
And the two substitutes, of course, played a part in it as well. Callum McManaman winning it, and Luke Bolton had made a little bit of difference as well when he came on.
Well, with the greatest respect to Martin Craney, who's a fantastic player for 1v1s is not really his strength, and I've seen a lot of our play was funnelled out wide, and then it went to Martin and we had to come back. So I made the substitution because I wanted Luke's 1v1 qualities, because it was just bottlenecking, and in the end he's the one who got the 1v1, the half a yard that crosses the ball in the box, and we'll get a penalty from it.
Did you think the opportunity would come? I mean, they've been very patient, they've kept going, but I mean, Stoke were very resolute, and it looked as though it was going to be one of those days for a while.
Yeah, it did, but I never give in, ever, not with these lads, and they're a very, very experienced Championship side. You have a look at their group of players and their ages, and there are 11 men on the pitch for them who've got a lot of know-how, a lot of international experience. I can go through their team if you need me to. So they should be able to control certain moments. We were treading in quicksand for large parts of the game. I think Tuesday night really took its toll on us physically. I didn't see the spark we had then, but in them situations the key for us is to get something out of it. And I've been speaking before Christmas to the boys about we need to accumulate points, and that's what we've done today. We've managed to nick a point. That might be enough at the end of the season.
Well, if you look at the week as a whole, 4 points from, might have been the other. You might have thought we might nick a point against Brentford and then perhaps beat Stoke, and it's worked the other way round. But it's still 4 points at the end of the week.
Yeah, you look at. I look at us. You know that, Simon, and you're right. But Charlton were 9 points ahead of us 7 days ago, and now they're 5. And we've made gains. That's the most important thing this week. We've made gains in with performance, and also we've made gains with points. So really satisfied. We'll rest the boys up and make sure we're fresh for Wigan next week.
Will that help being a sort of full week now? Because as you say, perhaps the Tuesday night just took its toll on one or two.
Absolutely, yeah. You need. I didn't have the situation where I could rotate as much as I want. I spoke to the boys, James and Mike yesterday. Izzy Brown was half fit. Izzy Brown trained 2 minor sessions, so I knew. But Luke Berry felt his thigh last bit of training yesterday. So Luke pulled out. Didn't have Sonny available. Didn't have Kaz available. So unlike the previous 3 game week, it was very, very difficult to freshen it up, and going forward you need that. The only disappointment is Dan Potts, really, because he's irreplaceable here. He's our only left-footed left back. His contribution in every single area of the pitch will be missed.
And so what's that? Is that quite a serious one?
It looks like a hamstring, so you're probably looking at an international break now. I don't know how severe it is, but it's disappointing.
But as you say, at a point it keeps the momentum going.
It does, and that's all it's about. Really, I'm really satisfied to get a point at the end. 3 would have been, a difficult task for us in terms of catching Stoke. Obviously now at least we've not let them get any further ahead, so 10 games to go, all to play for.
Thank you.
Graeme, just to go back to colour for a minute, you underlined your reasons on the club website for making captain. 89 minutes, I think the penalty was given. We have the usual palaver, he steps up. You mentioned he missed his previous penalty, hitting the bar actually. He hit it very hard, it nearly went to the moon. And this was a totally different penalty.
Yeah.
Short run up, hard and low. Was there, did he learn anything from the previous penalty, or was it just one of those?
No, he learned from his mistakes, James. We had 3 penalties yesterday in training, which I give him every Friday, and he has to score minimum 2. Obviously, he won't score 3, but a minimum 2 because competition with the goalkeepers. He scored 2, he missed 1, but his second penalty was right through the middle. and he's obviously used that today, so really happy.
Great, thank you.
In the first half, even though you could make the changes that you wanted to, were you slightly disappointed with the performance? Because you mentioned in quicksand, there wasn't really the urgency that there has been in recent matches.
Urgency is the wrong word, Mike. Energy, because these boys have got urgency. They know the severity of everything, every action. Sometimes as a footballer, you can't pick your legs up, and today was one of them days where I think that rotation was needed. I wasn't in that position. I've asked the lads to go again. We've managed to get something out of the game, so delighted.
Because there's a lot of sort of pass around the back, wasn't it? And the fans maybe didn't really get the ball forward that they wanted a lot of the time.
Yeah, but it's not just about going long, Mike. You're going long. Have you seen the size of Danny Bath? And you've got to mix your play up. I mean, speaking about that for a while, that's what we are. We're a team who mixes with play up. But it's difficult, you know. Imagine playing the role of at Luton here and having 65% possession, and the opposition at Stoke City. You think about the money that's been spent, you think about the internationals on the pitch. Their role is to be off the ball and have 35% possession. We've not really been in that, we've not played that role a lot this season. I can think of Nottingham Forest here, and we tried different things. I won't tell you, but we tried different things tactically, and we got something from the game, mate, with everything we tried, and that was pleasing.
And a crucial save from Simon Sluga at 1-0 with his feet. That was a brilliant stop, wasn't it, from Tom?
He's been brilliant. He's really improved. Come to the fore, took responsibility. Looks like the international goalkeeper we signed. Long may it continue.
There's a goal second half ruled out for Harry Cornick offside. Have you watched that back?
No, but they're telling me that it's a really close call. So obviously, if it's a close call, it goes against Luton, mate. We should all know that by now. It's if that's as close as I think it is, that's 2 in 7 days, which is, I'll look at it. I don't want to say too much, but if it's margins again, it goes against you. It's incredibly disappointing.
It's actually from George Monco as well, and he had an impact, didn't he? But it was his shot that was saved out, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, he always does, George. He had 3 shots at Charlton last week. But, you know, I really like George, but you can introduce George in certain circumstances at the minute in his tactical development. It's just I don't question anything he can do on the ball. It's just off the ball sometimes he needs to be better. I didn't have the chance to work with him in League One, where he's above the league and you can get away with it, and then he can learn tactically. But he's somebody that I value. But I value everybody here. Everybody's got a role to play. Just they've got to trust me to pick and choose when.
Do you think picking up the point is, because I think beforehand only 3 draws, that's a 4th. It's important, isn't it, just to keep that run going. It's now 2 unbeaten, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know what it is, Mike, but it's just another point again. We've accumulated another point, and obviously it's a 6-pointer today, isn't it? If Stoke wins, so that's where the pleasure is.
So scoring so late and getting a point when obviously you say like the energy has been sapped and it hasn't been the prettiest of games, does that almost feel like a victory?
I wouldn't say feel like a victory, James, but we haven't done that enough this season because we haven't been resilient enough to be able to do it. That's a measurement of our resilience. That we've got something from the game through substitutions, through tactics, through the boys' characters, and never say die attitude. That's what's pleasing. We're going to need that in the next 10 games.
Did you expect from Stoke that they'd come and sit men behind the ball and you'd have to break them down, or was there something that had to change?
It depended. Stoke have been playing 4-5-1 and 4-4-2. So if they'd have played 4-4-2, it would have been a little bit more of an open game. They played 4-5-1 off it, and Nick Power was trying to be a second centre forward on it, and it was difficult. But I've been there, I've worked with some great teams, and trying to break a low block down isn't easy for some of the top players in the world. And we managed to get the ball out wide, which was the plan, the reason for the substitution. Have a 1v1 with Luke Bolton, and we managed to get the ball in the box, and we managed to get a penalty, and we managed to get something from the game. So I'm taking it, and we're moving on, James.